Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and broadcasting audio on the network. Are you ready to witness something you cannot explain?
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky, you realize you're not alone. Open your eyes, you can find the trails that control.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in a city called Fresno, California. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for the show. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. I've been investigating the paranormal going over 14 years, so I'm just not up here talking about it, actually living it. I have a team. One member of that team is sitting right here to the right-hand side of me, Mr. Alan Thomas.
Good evening, everyone. It's good to see you. I can see you.
Welcome, wherever you may be around the world. We are now up to 40,000 subscribers on live stream. And I think we're at 40,300. So like just a couple more thousand, and we're up there with Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee, Elvis's place.
Really?
Yeah, so we're actually doing pretty good. But,
I'm going to tell my wife that. She's been reading
we're
all
like
this stuff for
way in there with
3
Elvis. That's what I'm talking about. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for showing up wherever you may be around the world, different time zones. We are broadcasting live, HD quality video on live stream on Sundays at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, West Coast time of the United States. Where can you see us? Well, you can go to our website at paranormalcentral.net. Paranormalcentral.net. There's a link there that'll take you over to the live stream site with our page. And you can watch us live every Sunday at 6 o'clock and even get on chat if you want to and chat with everybody from around the world. Hold on. And so there you go. Again, we are broadcasting live. We also have a Paranormal Central YouTube channel. So what happens is if you miss this on Sunday, no big deal. Go to our Paranormal Central channel on YouTube, and the video gets put up there within a day or so, and you can go there and watch it. Also on live stream as well, and watch it there as well. So there's always a couple of ways of getting to watch us. Go to YouTube or go to live stream, and you can catch us there. All right, well, it's been a crazy past couple of weeks. We had a great show last week. Last week was the Bigfoot show, right, that we discovered, not us, our fans discovered.
Our fans found him, not us.
And there's a lot of stuff that's going on that we're going to talk about. I got a feeling we're going to go over again tonight, if that's okay with you guys, because we have a guest coming on, Betsey Lewis. We're going to talk with her. And it's going to go for about an hour. And then we have Heidi later on after that. But we also want to continue talking about that Bigfoot picture that we got last week. I want to show you some different angles. At first when you guys said, stop, I thought, because, I went through the pictures and I saw that. And I thought it was just the bear. So
did I.
Until you guys mentioned it to us, and until we got closer look and adjusted the color and the contrast, and I went, I don't think that's a bear. So we're going to talk about that again tonight, because a lot of people have been requesting that we do. And what we did is we loaded up the other 2 cameras on here so we can show you the other different angles that we have. So that way you understand how many cameras were around that location when we got that photograph. And, some just took a lot of pictures and didn't get anything because of the angle and the way the beam is coming off the game camera. It didn't get triggered. So sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Fortunately for us here, people are saying we're just lucky. No, I don't think we're just lucky. There may be a little bit of that plays into it, but we're investigators, you guys. I spend a lot of money, time, and effort to go up and investigate. Why do we go to these places? Because we get phone calls on the locations of these areas that are hotbeds of paranormal activity. That's the reason why we go there. I'm not going to my backyard. I don't have the redwoods back here. I'm not setting up the cameras back here, so the people who are thinking that can just go jump in the lake. I can say some other words, but I'm not. All right? So
Hope the lake's not deep.
Again, it's not like we started this last week.
No.
Or last month. We've been investigating Bigfoot now, 2007, so going on 9 years.
See, that's for me and him. For me, it's been going on since 1987. It's for Bigfoot. And then that's a long time. And then we hook together and we put all our skills together and we're getting results.
And it's all about putting your name out there, getting recognized on TV, on the news, and people. And again, you guys, I have had a 24-hour paranormal hotline for
10 years.
More than that, dude. 13 years, 14 years now.
Wow.
Okay, that's how long I've had this 24-hour hotline that I have been paying out of my own pocket, just like everything else here.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is why we're getting the hits. This is why people are calling me, because you can right now, if you go type in paranormal hotline, UFO hotline, whatever, more likely my number will come up on Google as the number one hit.
Yep.
All right?
I think it does.
It's just the way it is. Okay, so, there's a lot of people who have been investigating Bigfoot forever who are very upset at us because we're getting all this good stuff. Well, I'm sorry, but we have the Bigfoots right here on the valley floor of Fresno, California. And they're here. All right? And people are witnessing them, and they are calling us on them, and that's why we're going out and putting up these cameras and getting what we get.
It's amazing because normally they don't pose for a camera, but we don't like. A lot of people think that we go out, and then we do I guess it's like all the other researchers. They go out and they hit the weekend. They put their cameras up. They camp. They do their everything.
Right.
Then they take their cameras and they take their gear and everything and they go home. Right? Okay, we don't do that.
That goes for ghost hunting. You don't go sit up in a house or in a building one night and expect to get something.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. What you watch on reality shows is bogus, you guys. It's all make believe. Don't believe in all that stuff. That's not the way it works in real life. And I could pretty much attest to that because I live it. We live it. This is what we do on the side. We have no hobbies. This is our hobby.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, and when we go somewhere and we get a call, we set up and then we go home. And then we come back and then we come back and we come back and we take the SD cards and we go over it and the camera falls apart right there, just disintegrates after a year.
Damn, I can't use this camera anymore. But
and he's not kidding. And the only way you're going to get evidence is leave it there.
But you just can't go up to the forest,
to
guys,
willy-nilly, yeah.
You just can't say, "Whoa, this looks like a Bigfoot spot. I believe they're here," and set up a camera and expect to get something. That's not the way it works.
No.
All right, we're getting calls of locations where these things are appearing to people, and that's why we go and we narrow it down and we finally find these spots, plural spots, and that's why we're getting all this wonderful action to show you guys. All right. So,
plus leaving the cameras there.
Well, yeah, so that's what's happening with us, and we're going to continue doing it because we enjoy the heck out of it. Our intent is one of these days to get the photo of all photos. Will that prove anything? Probably not. We need a body, just like everybody else is saying we need a body. But, we're going to keep doing this because it's pretty damn exciting for me to go up. I get excited just like anybody else the day before going up to the mountains to go retrieve the SD cards, because you just don't know. You don't. You might get up there and you might actually see one for the first time. We've heard them already, so that's nothing for us. Footprints, that's nothing for us. We would like to see them again. I saw something move not too long ago at the spot. Alan many years ago saw one, scared the crap out of him. But it's just about going back and like I said, we found a new spot, and that picture last week is I guess I'm not gonna say what it is, because at this point I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna show you some different angles and
unique
contrast. Because we got a lot of messages, a lot of emails, a lot of texts saying, "Dude, you guys got him. You guys got it." I'm going, yeah, okay, if you say so. I believe we got something. Is it a bear? I don't think it is. Is it a deer? I don't think it is. People, please stop saying it's a guy in a suit, because I'm going to go whip your butt if you guys say that again. All right? It's not like somebody saw a camera one day and said, "Oh, my God, I'm going to go home and get my Bigfoot suit, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to pretend just to step in front and have a picture taken of my Bigfoot costume, and I'm going to get him."
Well, I'll tell
Really?
you right now, when we got that picture, when we went up there, and we're retrieving the SD cards out of those cameras, it is deer season and bear season right now. And I have friends up there not far from there that have bear tags and deer tags. And if you go up there in any kind of suit, you better be ready
You
to
better
run.
have an orange vest on, right?
Yeah, because these guys will shoot you. And I'm not kidding. And they don't believe in Bigfoot either. They will shoot a Bigfoot because it's a
Absolutely.
monster.
All right, let's get Betsey on.
Oh, here we go.
Go ahead and get Betsey on. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to get Betsey Lewis on. She has some predictions. She's an author. We're going to talk about some stuff here that you guys, I know, are going to enjoy tremendously. It's the stuff we live for here. There she
Hi,
is.
Betsy.
Betsy, you there?
Hi, Alan. Hi, Jeffrey.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? Can you hear me all right?
Absolutely.
You sound excellent.
Absolutely.
And you look great.
All right.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Betsey Lewis is here with us today. And we want to thank you for showing up, Betsy. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. We talk about everything here. And, I say this before we talk to the person that we're going to interview. We talk about everything here.
Yes.
And anything paranormal, supernatural, anything goes, okay? And we want to know more. We believe there's a whole different world out there, and we want to learn, okay? And that's why we have you on tonight, because I don't think we've ever had a psychic on, have we?
Nope.
Nope, this is our first. You're our first.
Oh, I'm a first.
You're the
No,
first.
but only I was reading your website, and I was like, yes, I like a lot of the things that you say, by the way.
Oh, good.
because-
Good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I
you
mean,
know.
and I see where you were having some concerns before, and we understand that. But every show has people who like things and who don't like things.
we get attacked big
Yes,
time.
yes, and you can't satisfy everybody. You just
Yeah.
can't.
No,
So
you can't. You really can't.
No, you can't.
That's true.
exactly.
So
So
they got to live with their self, not me.
so Betsy, tell everybody about yourself. This, we're broadcasting live around the world right now. So tell everybody who you are, what you're all about. How long have you been doing this? How did
Okay.
you become who you are today? Go for it.
I grew up in Idaho, and my first experience with the paranormal was with my parents. I was 8 months old, so I don't remember it, but it had to do with a UFO encounter on a lonely road, and that was the beginning. At 3 months old, I had invisible playmates who talked to me. I believe those are my spirit guides. They've been with me. They have saved my life. I don't know how many times. They're probably sick of saving my life now. I've used up all my 9 lives, I think. I have seen spirits. My grandfather came to visit me after he passed away. I was 8 years old at the time. I had another UFO encounter when I was 7 years old. I was chased home from school, and I I was so frightened I didn't know where to go. And it was several children in the neighborhood had seen the same thing, but there was a lot of UFO reports during that time here in Idaho.
Wow.
And I started having dreams about earth changes, major earth changes when I was 7 years old. So I've been expecting these things, and I think we're seeing them right now. The mysterious booms that are happening, the incredible weather, the extreme weather all over the world, the flooding, the droughts, wildfires. We're just seeing everything.
And the
Crazy weather.
violence, like, can you
Yeah.
believe the violence? Like, it's
Exactly,
crazy.
the terrorists.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
No,
I
yeah.
didn't.
Me either.
No.
No, I wouldn't have thought that years ago that our world would change so drastically. And there's such a big disconnect with our world right now, which is so sad because we're disconnected from each other. We're disconnected with Mother Earth. We're just disconnected with everything, and we've just forgotten how to respect everything and other people too.
I know, me and Jeff were just talking about that, like, right before the show. You could, like, just only a few years ago, when we were kids, you could leave your keys in the car. You didn't have to
Exactly.
lock the door. He was walking home
I walked
a mile.
home a couple of miles from home, and now I wouldn't even want that on my son to even walk half a block. It's like, where's Christian? Where's Christian? It's like,
Like, everybody, and it's like, what happened? Like, what in
what
the
happened?
world is
What
going
happened?
on?
wow.
People are
What happened to
losing
the
it.
souls of people coming in?
don't
What
know.
happened to them?
I don't know.
Everybody's so angry, and everybody wants to berate others, and it's
Yeah.
just nastiness
It
out
is.
there.
It is.
I
Can't
agree.
people be kind to each other anymore? I don't know.
Can't we all just get along?
Yeah,
it would
really,
seem
can't
like
we?
it would seem like somewhere we totally lost the respect thing of anything. I mean, when
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
showing me a video and it went viral, they're racing some cars out here where we are, and a highway patrol shows up and they pummeled the car. They're kicking it and throwing rocks and everything, and it
That will-
300 views. Now it's at 47,000 views.
That will hit viral all over the country here pretty soon. You'll be hearing about Fresno, California, folks. Yep, that's us. So
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like crazy violence. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt about that.
No, that's okay. No, you're right.
Okay, well,
I'm just sad for Mother Earth. I'm sad for us.
now
You know,
the
7.8 billion people on this planet, and
Right.
we're using up all the natural resources. We're destroying our water, our earth. We're taking the lifeblood out of Mother Earth, and that's one of my big things that I've written about too in my Earth Energy. How to get back to that reconnection of Mother Earth, and I think that's so important. I spent a lot of time with indigenous people during the 90s, and I've learned so much about respecting everything and knowing that everything is sentient and has a consciousness. Everything.
Yep.
wow, we're familiar with what you're talking about. We are friends with Native Americans down here, and we hear how they respond to what what they do around. Well, anyways, but yeah, Native Americans. We talk to them a lot down here. We're friends with them. We totally understand on protecting, the forest, the water, everything around us.
Yeah, but you think maybe it might not be like, I know what they're, like the people in charge, I guess you'd call it, they're saying it's us doing all this. I mean, we kind of are in a way, kind of, because we're the consumer,
We are.
but we don't
We
have
are.
a lot of choices either. You know what I mean? Like, you can't stop drinking the bottled water. You know what I mean? Like, but only there. It seems like there's something else.
Do,
Yeah.
yeah. So, do you think the government is doing this
Well,
to us? Do you
like-
think they're doing this on purpose to us? Is there different
They're
technologies?
like the big businesses and stuff, like polluting
Yes.
everything, and then
Yes.
trying to put the blame on us.
Well, a lot of it is them, and they're so greedy. They really don't care. Black Elk wrote about it. He talked about it. He died in 1950, but he had visions of the earth becoming sick, the animals becoming sick, and he talked about the blue man who was going to destroy the earth, and eventually he would be destroyed. But the blue man, most people believe that that was he was talking about the corporations and the greediness of these corporations and how they don't care about us. They only want power and they want money. That's the
Right.
two things they want.
At all costs,
And
too.
at all count. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So let's talk about your past. Let's talk about the books you have written. That obviously you're a psychic medium, correct?
Right. Right.
Okay. I definitely want to get into that big time because that interests me a lot.
Me too.
As far
Sure.
as predictions and how you think you became sensitive. Is it because you did mention UFOs? Is it because you think you were abducted as a child and something gave you that gift, or do you think it was from above?
Good question, Jeffrey. I come from a line of psychics. I know my great aunt was really intuitive, and she talked to my grandfather, her brother, all the time after he had passed away. She could see him and talk to him. My mother was incredibly psychic. She remembered past lives. She could astral project. We used to do experiments when I was little, uh, trying to guess certain things, cards, playing cards. I would guess what suit it was, what color it was. So we did this all the time to increase, she wanted to increase my psychic ability, which really helped a lot.
Right.
But I've always had that gift. I have dreams that come true. Sometimes they're symbolic and I don't really understand them. Like 9/11, I had a dream before the event happened, a year before. And what I saw in the dream was a huge apple tree, a huge apple tree. And suddenly all the leaves start shriveling and the apples start falling. And suddenly this whole tree was sucked straight down into the earth and vanished. And I was so shaken when I woke up. I said, "What in the world is this? What does it mean?" And of course, I didn't understand until 9/11. And how many people know that New York is called the Big Apple?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't put that
So
together.
I was being told
Wow.
that something horrendous was going to happen, and I just didn't know how to interpret the dream.
Now,
that's cool.
yeah. Now, I'm thinking it's definitely in your DNA. It's been it's been passed along. You said your mother. Do you have children? Do you have brothers and sisters? Do they have it as well?
No, my sister passed away in 2003, so I'm the only one now. I do have a daughter, and she is somewhat intuitive, but not like me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What-
I don't think she cares about it that much.
No. Does she? Because sometimes your children, they'll have it, but they just won't let you know, or they don't want any piece of it, any part of it.
That's
Mom,
true.
you go over there. You leave me out of this. I don't want any part of this. Leave me alone. And I mean, it sounds. I mean, your daughter might have it big time, but she's just turning it off.
Oh, that's true. That's
know?
true. I think she does. Yeah, she tries to block me. She knows that I read her all the time. She hates that.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about some visions or predictions. What's really, we're talking a lot about the election coming up.
Oh, yes,
I mean,
yes,
come on.
let's
Who is
talk
not
about
who
it.
is not talking about the election? Because we talk about it here. We talk about conspiracies as well, and the Clintons and the Trumps and the debate tomorrow. I mean, that is going to be pretty dang exciting. I, for one, was saying I don't think it was going to happen, and only because I felt that Clinton was very sick, and I don't think she's going to be able to stand up to, not to Trump, but just to everything that's going to be happening tomorrow night. Because tomorrow, I mean, we're talking over 100 million people are supposed to watch this. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow?
I think that she will show up, but I don't know if she'll last through the whole debate. I think she'll get out of it somehow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that Trump, I had a vision. It's so clear. And when I get these visions that are so lucid that I know it's going to happen, I was shown that I saw him in this vision taking the oath of presidency. And it was a very cold day, a clear, cold day in Washington, D.C. You could see their breath, and I saw him becoming president.
Wow.
And he had this long black coat on. And it's really funny. I put that on my website
Yep.
because I found that he does have such a coat. And I think that's his favorite winter coat. I think he's going to wear it when he does win.
And I have a feeling the same.
Really?
I think,
Wow.
and let me tell you, it's because we need, it's this, the establishment, and it's not wanting him to win for some reason.
Right. Yeah.
We're talking all the Republicans, the Democrats. They just don't want him in there for some reason. What?
Right.
Why is he? I mean, it's almost like he came out of nowhere, just like Obama did, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So in a way, I'm not saying this scares me, but what is it about Trump that people are? I mean, look at the crowd that people this guy's bringing in. I mean, he's selling out stadiums, 30,000, 40,000, and Clinton is not bringing in not more than 300, 500 at some places.
Well, I love that he's like bankrupt, but he's still flying in his 757. Like every time I went
Yeah.
bankrupt, I didn't even have a Volkswagen.
Well, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think Trump means what he says. He's
Right.
so bombastic, though, that everything, he's a New Yorker.
Right.
He's got a lot of Leo in his astrology sign, which I looked at. And I can see that he likes the attention. He loves it.
Oh, he
basks
loves
in
it.
you know?
Absolutely, he loves it. I totally agree there.
Well,
So
I need,
anything can come out of his mouth, and a lot of times I think he's sorry that he says something, but he'll never admit it. you know?
right. Like, oh, why did I say that? Okay, let's continue.
Exactly.
I always make fun of the like the bankruptcy thing, but only actually a good businessman goes bankrupt. That's what they do.
You gotta
I mean,
have you gotta have negative things happen to you so you
Right,
can learn
yeah,
from them.
uh-huh.
I mean, that's just the way it is. Now it's not big. Now don't think that we're big Trump.
But only I have a question though. Okay, now he wins. What do you
Yes.
see after that?
Well, I see that there's going to be a lot of turmoil, but it's not his fault when he gets in. I just feel that there's just going to be a lot of what we're seeing right now. People want to start a civil war again. There's just a lot of things going on. We see this all the time with the police, with the killings. It's going to escalate.
Right.
Which I'm really sorry to see. I believe events can be changed.
Yeah.
We can change them if we put our minds together, if we pray, if we come together. And the thing is, we're just so disconnected from each other. We just don't know how to unite. And I've seen miracles. When Apollo 13 was doomed, it looked like people around the world started praying for the astronauts. And I believe that will bring them back and save them. So I do
think so,
believe in the
too.
power of prayer. I
Okay.
do.
Well, you know what? Let's go there. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people were freaking out that we were going to have you on there, and you know why. You have yeah, exactly. Now you have two people here, Ellen and myself, who are very religious, spiritual people. We believe in God. I was
I do too.
I was brought up Catholic. Don't get mad at me for that, but
I was brought up heathen.
and
Was a heathen.
and we believe in prayer. I mean, we actually help people get rid of evil in their homes by using certain words and prayers. We believe that big time here. Because since you said prayer and miracles, well, let's go there. Obviously, you believe in a higher power. You believe in God.
Absolutely.
People think that because you're psychic, oh my God, you're
believe in
messing
God.
you're messing with evil, the underground, the dark side, and we don't.
I think not.
And we don't think that. We believe that when people, I mean, we only use so much percentage of our brain. Sometimes, when you're born, people have gifts, and we
Yes.
believe that.
Yes.
Sometimes when you pass away and come back on the operating table, for example, like Ellen did, then you come back with visions, with gifts, and
Sure.
and we believe that because we've seen it. So people, we want to know, it's like, you said miracles and prayer. So you believe in prayer, you believe that
Yes.
So there is a
Yeah.
God. I just want to get that out clearly to everybody,
Sure.
because people want to hear
Well,
that.
I know someone mentioned about the Bible, and what's really weird about what they said is the Bible is full of prophecy. Jesus was making predictions. He said that Peter would deny him 3 times. I mean, that's prophecy. That is a prediction. We have John the Apostle, who predicted Revelations, Armageddon, the end of the world, and the way he described it, that is prophecy. Joseph, he interpreted dreams for the Pharaoh, and I mean, it's
Yeah.
full of it. How can you deny that?
Heck, even
Sure,
Jesus,
there's
like,
charlatans. There's
there's, like-
charlatans in back then and now
Yeah.
too. But you can deal with it. You can tell who's real and who isn't.
That's true.
There are a lot of fakes out there, and they charge exorbitant amounts of money.
Right.
And I think
One of the
those are
things is
fake.
my favorite thing is discernment. If you have discernment,
Yes.
I have a high respect, because a lot of people don't. I mean, they
No.
just go by whatever, like, oh man, my belly hurts from, and that's how come I believe that. I mean, that's
the
how
one
they
thing
are.
that I say is that, we come from ancestors who had to rely on their sixth sense
Yes.
to survive. They wouldn't have survived. They didn't have weathermen out there telling them a tornado or a hurricane's coming, that a bear was going to eat them. They dealt with the spirit world. They had premonitions. They had dreams. They understood that. They understood nature. And we've forgotten that. All of us are intuitive. And I think we all have that feeling that something tells us not to go somewhere or to watch out, that there's a car coming up on the side of us, and we all have that sixth sense. Some people have it more so than others, but I think we all have it. It's innate in all of us.
I totally agree.
I do too.
Yeah.
Numerology. Are you into numerology at all?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I have been seeing the 11s, 111,
Me
11,
too.
11, and I'm serious.
Like
In the
twice a
past year,
day.
it's been happening, and when I have a question in my head, and if I want to know what the outcome is going to be, I will look at the clock on my freaking iPhone, and the ones will pop up, and right away I will know, okay, it's going to be a good outcome, and it's happening to me a lot. What is up with that?
Well, a lot of people are associated with numbers. Your soul path, that's the day you were born, the month you were born, and the year, you totaled that up. And that will tell you what your soul path is. But numbers are like, they're like real. They have a life of their own. They can be positive, they can be negative. Pythagoras, who was one of the great Greek mathematicians, he said that numbers have power, and they do. They do. They have souls, really. And I wrote about it, Mystic Revelations of 13, which there's some incredible things about 13. It isn't always bad luck. It can be
No.
good luck, too.
I think it
But,
actually means finished, like
Yeah.
the day after, the next, like the beginning after a finish. I think that's what it means. I think something like that.
The Pope, Pope Francis, is associated with 13, and I think he uses numerology. They elected him on March 13th of 2013. He was 76 years old. That totals 13. Let's see, there's so many things that he took the name St. Francis, which is the 13th century saint. So, and he was ordained priest December 13th, 1969. Now, do you think that's a coincidence?
Wow.
No.
No.
In fact, I don't even believe in coincidences.
No, we don't believe
I
in
don't
coincidence.
either.
No,
Yeah.
not here. There's,
No.
we've had so many things weird happen to us, and when we show and tell people what happened to us last week, or using these coincidences, they're freaking out because we can back it up. We can show them proof that look, this happened. There's no
Sure.
way, and we just don't believe in coincidences anymore. Not in this field.
I mean, there might be, like, every once in a while something you can't explain, but it might not be a coincidence. You know what I mean? Like, later on, you'll learn it was not a coincidence. It was more
No.
like fate or something.
Yeah, I
you know.
believe that. I believe that. A lot of people feel that, we are fated. I believe we come into this world with kind of a roadmap, you might say, of where we're going, but we can change things in our lives. I think that, none of us are doomed for a certain thing. People say that they have a dark cloud over them or something. You can change that.
People can
Um,
change that on you. You could
Yeah.
get with like hang with the wrong people.
Energy.
In fact, I believe
Exactly.
I believe some of the what we're experiencing in the world might be the corporations and the government using some
and the
kind
media.
of changing
Oh, yes,
technology
media.
on
Don't
us,
even go
right?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, media, don't even go there. They're just one-sided, aren't they?
Well,
No
man,
comment.
you know.
There's
And that's
a lot
not
of
a
mind control
coincidence.
going
no.
on out there,
Yes.
isn't there?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, yes.
Really is.
Oh yeah, and like you said, mind control in the media. They're telling us stuff that's totally opposite of what's happening in the world today. They're not giving us the true facts. They're making people believe in what's really happening when it's not, and it's
I
absolutely.
can't believe how gullible everybody is, though. I mean, what happened? I mean, everybody used to be like Missouri, the show me state. It was like,
Yeah.
prove it. You know what I mean? Nobody's prove it no more. It's like, you know what? They said that, and I believe it, and I'm going to go out and and then they go out and they do something stupid.
Right. I
You know?
saw.
Right.
I
And
saw.
now they're
Right.
ganging up and doing stuff.
I saw it on the
stupid
internet,
stuff, you
so it
know?
must be true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look
Dang, you're
what's on the
scaring me,
internet.
man.
I'm just shocked at some of the things on there.
I know.
And people believe it.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Facebook's really bad. I'm almost thinking that Facebook is programming even in. Like I notice, I have lots of friends, but I'd only see the a certain type of comments or posts, and only from certain people. And sometimes I think, man, do I have those friends anywhere that I used to see? And then I go look and like, yeah, they're there and they're posting, but I'm not seeing that post, and it would be something I rather see too. It's almost like they're like changing it on me.
Right.
I suggest everybody that's out in Facebook land, go see what your other friends are posting that you haven't seen in a while. You might be shocked.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about predictions.
Okay, sure, let's do.
Okay.
Do you know what? Do you want me to talk about some of the things I have predicted?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Robert Kennedy, in 1968, I had a dream that was so vivid. There was a gypsy that held my hand, and she just took her nail and cut a cross into my hand, and it was bleeding. And I thought, someone's going to die. I didn't know who, but of course, I lived about 2 blocks from the Ambassador Hotel on Wilshire, and I remember the night that it happened. The sirens were screaming, and I thought, what in the world happened? And then, I heard about Robert Kennedy being shot, and you want to hear something really weird, that I worked for CBS at the time, and one of the reporters was talking to me in the restroom, and I told her, I said, I don't think Sirhan was the only one there. And she said, there was someone there. She said, I was there, standing there, and I saw another shooter.
Whoa.
And I said, why don't you say something? And she says, well, remember JFK and the people that disappeared and that died mysteriously after they saw something.
Right.
So she never did say anything more about it.
Wow.
I don't think I would
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. And then try not to talk about the Clintons that much either, because you'll disappear.
Exactly. That's true. That's very true.
It is true.
I had a dream about Mount St. Helens before it blew in 1980. I kept having dreams of a mountain just getting bigger and bigger and just exploding. I had this dream over and over and over. And then Mount St. Helens blew. That was May 18th. I lived in LA for a long time. 1971, I was getting ready to go to a brokerage firm that I worked at. I'd get up at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and for 3 nights in a row, except that morning, I had a dream of a huge earthquake.
Loma
And in the
Prieta.
dream, I was going to be fine. My friends and everybody were fine. So I knew it was going to be okay. And then it hit exactly at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'll tell you, I was so scared.
So was I.
Yeah. Were you there?
Oh yeah. That
Where?
in fact we
My
moved
gosh.
out of there because of that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
it-
was scary.
And you know what's weird about that is it actually had more earthquakes. Like there was earthquakes leading up to it, and they weren't that bad.
Right.
And then one morning, man, it just really rock and rolled.
What year was this?
Like 70 or
1971.
Okay.
71?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was only like 12, but I remember it very well. My brother, we slept in the same room, and our beds were going across the room, and then they would meet in the middle and bump.
Uh-huh.
And then we would go back across the room and hit the wall and then come back in. And I was holding on, looking at him. You know, we're riding back and forth across the bedroom. It was like, man. And watching the cracks come across the wall.
Right.
It was
Oh,
like,
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody in the house was screaming. You know, it was a nightmare.
Wow.
Yeah. Could you hear the earth moan
Oh,
too?
oh, yeah.
That was the scary part. I think maybe it was, maybe the buildings too that were moaning and moving with it, but it was scary.
It was. There was
Yeah.
one in, I think, we were in the desert down in Coachella. It was like
Oh, right.
1968 or something like that. And the trees were like going sideways, like almost hitting the ground, the top of them. I mean, that one was a real nasty one too. And that sent us, we moved to Yosemite after that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Then the rest of the time is living there.
Oh,
Which
and that's where all the people disappear now.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I
yeah,
listened to
yeah.
you.
Oh yeah.
Yep, they
that,
do.
Tricked you. It was David.
Oh yeah, that's some crazy stuff happening here east of us, and that's why I started this, because there's a lot of crazy paranormal, supernatural stuff happening
Here,
in the valley
yeah.
where we're at, and it's just not. I mean, you're talking missing people. We're talking, UFOs and we have
Hauntings.
Bigfoot's just coming down to the valley floor. It's absolutely crazy here. So
Yeah.
So what do you predict coming up?
Yeah.
Okay, obviously Trump is going to win. What
Right.
do you see in 2017?
Well, that is the year of the fire rooster, and I think that's going to mean a lot of dissension. I think there's going to be a possibility of wars, bigger wars, and maybe even getting us involved in some of these wars. And I'm really afraid of that loose cannon in North Korea who keeps firing, test missiles
Right.
and threatening to shoot us, when he feels like it. He is a little scary.
Yeah.
And if he continues to be leader of the country, I think, I don't know. I'm worried about him. I really am.
Do you think that maybe we might be seeing what the revelation, the times of the revelation, or do you think we might be moving into that?
Bible prophecy.
Yeah.
Well,
Into
I
that
think
time.
John's, in Revelations, what he talked about almost sounds like a thermonuclear explosion. He actually was describing it, I think, and people say, well, it hasn't happened yet, but we are in those times now, and certainly we have the technology to destroy the planet.
Yeah,
Right.
several times over.
Hmm.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
I often wonder that, like, if we are entering that era that they're talking about, and I know it, like, after, like, nobody ever could see past that, though.
Right.
Have you been able to see past, like, it's only supposed to be like 7 years or something, and then after that, what about after that?
I think there's a lot of big earth changes coming up. I've always had that feeling. I was told about it when I was 7 years old with those dreams. And I know many people talk about Planet X being out there. And now we've had 2 Caltech scientists admit that Planet X is out there. And that was pretty strange, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I'm agreeing
mean,
with you
for them
there,
to admit
yeah.
it, and then they kind of backtracked on it, start backpedaling, and
Right. Right.
they didn't want us to know what they were saying. But NASA started talking about it. They did a press release in 1983 describing an object as large as Jupiter traveling through our solar system, and that was in 1983. So they've known about it. And I think its magnetic pull is supposed to be greater than the sun, and it's pulling on Earth. That's why we're hearing these booms
Yeah.
around the world. We're
That's why
seeing
all
these
the
strange
climate
things.
change, I
Yeah.
think, everybody's blaming it on us, but it's not. It's that.
Like you said, the earthquakes are off the hook right now. We just had a couple of them, one in Japan and in
So are the
the
volcanoes.
6.8, 6.5 in the
Yeah.
Tonga area. I mean, they're increasing. Is it because we can monitor? The social media is telling us about these earthquakes, and that's why we are recognizing that we're having a lot more than usual, or is it just
Well, I've been looking. I think we're having a lot more earthquakes than we've ever had. And they seem to be increasing even more this month. I've noticed that when we have that geomagnetic storm that hits us, it starts triggering
Right.
earthquakes around the world. And I'm pretty accurate with my forecasting on earthquakes. A lot of different things tell us the booms. There was a big boom that was heard in New Jersey, and I noticed that when those start hitting, there's usually a big earthquake. We just had a 6.9 in, let's see here. I'm not sure if that was, it was in, I think it was in Tonga, no, in
Right.
Fiji today.
okay?
So yeah,
Wow, today?
there's still been a bunch of earthquakes down there. There's volcanoes that are going off. Usually volcanoes and earthquakes are related. And I've noticed that, when there's a big volcano going off, there's usually a big earthquake
Right.
associated with it. There's a lot of things that I've learned that everything is connected. And I think that's another thing we've forgotten. Everything is connected. We're connected to everything. We're connected to the animals, to the water. With Emoto, who was doing the experiments with water, he proved that water has consciousness. And, with water crystals, if people thought negative thoughts, the crystals were ugly and imperfect. And if people thought positive thoughts, the crystals were beautiful and perfect. So we have an incredible power with our minds over everything. That's why I believe we can create our future, that we can change things.
When you on your thing, this is something I'm way into, and it's not prophecies or anything, but only it's reptilians. And I noticed you wrote about it, but I didn't get to read what you wrote about it, or I was like more into the Trump thing, like the cold morning in his suit and everything, and some of the other stuff. And I thought, man, I want to do the reptilian thing because I think there's something to that.
I do too. And why do aliens, UFOs go in and out of water? I think they're terrestrial, not extraterrestrial. There's right. Now I think there are aliens. I really do. But supposedly there's like 18 species visiting us. But there's just too many things, and I start connecting the dots, and there's just too many things that say that we have someone, some kind of species that lives underneath our planet, underneath our feet.
Right. Yeah.
Look at Dulce, New Mexico, and what Phil Schneider. I know some people think he was out there, but there was also Thomas Costello, who's supposed to be hiding out in Europe somewhere because of what he saw when he was working there.
Wow.
So let's talk about the reptilians and really get into it because we talk about that a lot here.
Yeah. Because we think they live under us too
And
here.
and let's talk about the missing people as well. There's literally thousands and thousands of missing people going missing in the United States. And as you heard from David Paulides, Yosemite and the Sierras are the #1 location for missing people in the United States for national parks.
Plus, that's where all the underground bases are
Yeah,
because it's solid granite rock.
Right. So, we don't know if maybe they're being abducted and taken underground and doing experiments on, or is something coming up and taking them underneath. We talk about movies. Let's get into movies. I believe that that there are always hints in these movies that we watch on TV, in the theaters, and that give us little hints about what's really happening in our world. Do you sense that at all?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I think we're being told through movies what's going on. It used to be that aliens were so benevolent and wonderful. E.T. and Close Encounters, weren't
Right.
they great?
Oh, yeah.
And now all of a sudden, everything
not.
is evil and
Yeah.
mean and horrible. I
Yeah,
don't know. I think we are being told something.
I tend to think that they might be telling the truth now
They
about
might
that
be.
evil. One of the things that gets me about the reptilian thing is they all look the same.
Supposedly, there's some that have wings, some that are up to 7 feet tall or taller. Some of them are more like the grays, and they come in different sizes, I guess, because they are hybrid of some kind. But
We
there
were
are different types of reptilians, and there is a hypothesis. I didn't come up with this hypothesis, but a couple of people did, a couple of scientists. They think that maybe if the dinosaur had survived, a certain dinosaur like the Troodon, who had an opposable thumb like we do, it walked upright, and it could have survived. If it did survive, that it would have turned into what the reptilians look like now. Now, they didn't say aliens, but there is an author who did suggest that they have been here all along. They've been here for millions of years, and some of them were good. Some of them taught us. It seems like every culture around the world worshipped ancient serpent gods.
That's right.
There is, in text, there is, of course, the different things that they have found on wall carvings. So why did they worship a snake?
Right.
So I think there's something to that.
they have carved. They're pulling out of stuff in Mexico and South America that's like they say is 12,000 years old. And it's like reptilian, alien-looking things,
And so,
Oh, sure.
and you can, like you said, go to South America, Mexico, and the reptilians are almost identical. The images to other countries.
Yeah, like
China.
China, yeah.
The dragons you said with wings. It brings back a movie recently that they're playing constantly on TV right now on the HBO called Jupiter Ascending. The dragons, there's reptilians with wings in that movie.
Right.
So I believe you're correct. They're giving us hints, little by little. I believe the big wigs, producers and directors like Steven Spielberg and Lucas and all those guys actually know what's really going on, and they're giving them hints to write about and to film. And I think they're doing this because when the SHIT does hit the fan and disclosure happens, whenever that might be, we don't really freak out because they're trying to condition us. That's what I believe.
Yes. I think you're right. I think you're right, Jeffrey. Absolutely. Yeah, I think
Interesting.
there's so much going on. I think there's certain aliens or reptilians that are working with our government. I don't think they're all bad. I think there are some good ones, but I think great wars have been fought. It's in the Sanskrit text. It talks about great nuclear wars that were fought. It describes radiation poisoning.
Right.
It talks about flying ships. There were advanced beings thousands of years ago, maybe millions of years ago. And, we've been told that humans just appeared about 200,000 years ago. I think that's ludicrous. It really is. We've been here a lot longer, and, we may have been an experiment, too. There's that thought, too.
Right.
Not to say I think that God created everything, and I want to make that clear. I do believe that. But I think that we can be co-creators. And I think that, with advanced beings that have been here, for millions of years, just think of their technology and what they must know about DNA and genetics. And Atlantis was supposed to have been that advanced.
I have the cover of your book on the screen right now, Ancient Serpent
Okay.
Gods, The Alien Connection to Reptilian Dinosaurs. Talk about this book. Why did you write a
Okay.
book like this?
Well, like I said, I started thinking everybody has these shows that say ancient alien gods, right? Ancient aliens, everything is ancient aliens. And suppose they're not aliens, but terrestrial beings. I started thinking that maybe they've been here all along. They've been right under our noses, under our feet. And, here's all the evidence. Why do UFOs keep going in and out of water?
Right.
Like they have bases underneath there. Um, why are they abducting people? I think people are missing, and certainly John Lear, who was part of Area 51 and some of the other engineering things that he talked about at Area 51 and the aliens, he said that they were taking people and abducting them. And even Phil Schneider said that he saw these tube-like structures where humans were actually put in. Thomas Costello talked about these things where people were actually put into it for DNA experiments. And some of the weird things that they were creating and doing is, I hope it's not true. I would hate to think that, but we know what Hitler was into and all the genetics he was doing. So, maybe our own government has been doing genetic testing, and we know there's clones. We've already
You're gonna.
worked with clones, and what else are they doing? And they're talking about changing eye color in babies. Just incredible things. What else are they doing?
Right. I believe there's a whole different world underneath us, and the technology is just unbelievable. Free energy, the cure for cancer. I believe all that is legit now, and they're just not showing us. They're not giving it to us because it's all about money. It's all about corporate. If we were to figure out the cure for cancer, then oh my God, the stock market would probably tank. People would lose billions of dollars to pharmaceutical companies. That goes the same for free energy, and I believe that the technology is already there, and it's just being hidden. It's hidden from us, which sucks big time. But
I always wondered, like on the reptilian thing, I always felt like they were jealous of the human for something, like like when in the Bible it was like they had to trick Adam and Eve,
right.
And then
the serpent, right?
Yeah, and then when you go and you look at China and all these other places, I don't think they have the creativity. I think they were a created being that had whatever they had created, and that was them, and then maybe live forever and everything, like just like us, our spirit goes forever. But what if they don't have the creativity? Like, what if they're jealous of how we were created and put here?
Right.
Like for a little while, like Adam ran around naming everything, and there wasn't even a serpent around, and he didn't even care. Right.
No.
Then all of a sudden, Eve came along, and then all of a sudden, here's the serpent. He's like, hey.
We change everything, don't we?
Yeah. But only you could give crayons to a little kid, and they'll make something.
That's
right. And humans, like, they'll build things, they have ideas, and they do all this stuff. Have you ever heard a lizard do that?
No.
And I have a feeling that's what they don't like.
Or sing, or
yeah, they want to steal or take that, and so now they
emotions.
So how do they do it? They clone you, they get in you, they can use your creative ability that you were created with, and that's what they were taking. That's what they're trying to take and use.
Right.
And I mean, I'm out there, but only I'm just suggesting that maybe that might be it.
interesting.
And suppose these terrestrial beings, if they do exist, as some people have said, that we've seen these chemtrails, and I think it's been warming the earth with these chemtrails.
It's killing our forests too.
Suppose they're warming it for the reptilians to come back on the surface.
What you are
Would that be a little scary? War of the Worlds type thing?
What you are talking about right now is the movie called The Arrival.
I never watched TV.
No.
That's good stuff.
The Arrival with what's his name from 2.5 Men? What's the 2.5 Men?
That's coming out soon?
No, that's actually been out a while now. It actually came out in
okay.
the 90s, I believe. But it's in Mexico. They are heating up the earth because for the reptilians basically to come out, they need warmer weather to survive. All right. So
Well, lizards all need warm.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Yeah,
Watch
absolutely.
that.
No, it's what's the name of two and a half man?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Who's the
The dude.
She.
what? Charlie Sheen. Charlie
Yeah,
Sheen.
yeah.
Yes,
Is he a lizard?
He was no. Well, who knows about that? But he was in that movie. It's called The Arrival.
Right.
Watch it.
I've never seen it. I'll have to watch it.
Watch it. It'll.
Okay.
You will like freak. Okay.
Yeah, and the other one's Meat Train, right?
And,
I haven't
well,
watched that one. I need to watch that one.
You need to watch that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we're going to talk about that later. But okay. All right. Well, man. Okay. Yeah. I didn't think you were going to come up with reptilians and all this kind of stuff because this is the stuff we're talking about here. That's cool, Betsy. All right.
Yeah, it
See, and
is,
you thought we were going to slam you. Whatever.
No way.
Well, I know a lot of people think I'm out there, and
Oh,
I
well,
am.
we
but,
are
you
out
know,
there.
I think you have to keep an open mind
Yep.
with some of the things that are going on in our world, and I think that we've been lied to so much
Absolutely.
about everything in our world. You know, we know that there were giants that existed.
Yep.
We have proof of that,
Yeah.
but yet the archaeologists and the anthropologists and all of them won't tell us. They won't admit it that there were
They
species.
absolutely
Even
will
the
destroy
Bible
the-
talks about giants.
Yeah.
They'll destroy the evidence. They'll
Yeah,
throw it
sure
off
they-
the ship. That does not exist. You know what I mean? Like, why are they doing that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why?
I mean, we just interviewed. Well, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag, but we just interviewed Brian Forrester, and we interviewed Ron Moorhead not so long ago, and you know, this stuff is real. I don't care what people think about us. There's, like I said, the government. I believe the government is hiding all this, and
But why?
But
I mean, I
why
don't get it,
exactly?
you know?
Why
Why?
is it? Is it because? And you know,
Is
when
it
we
going
had,
to take away their power? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's
know.
weird,
Control.
huh?
To
Yeah.
control us.
it's the control.
I mean, will we wake up from something? If we learned the real truth, are we going to wake up and then all of a sudden nobody can have control over us? Is that what happens?
Do you remember the movie The Truman Story with Jim Carrey,
Right.
I never watched
where
TV.
he's in this reality show
Right.
from birth, and he thinks that his parents are his real parents, but they're actors, and everything around him is just this perfect world. He's got the perfect parents, the perfect girlfriend, the perfect everything.
Right.
And then one day he wakes up and he finds out that he's been controlled. You know, he pulls back this
Like the
curtain,
Matrix?
and here
Well,
they are
I mean,
with
okay.
you know the cameras and
Well, we can talk
everything
about
else. They've been watching him since he was a baby.
Now, you know what?
Whoa.
We were just talking about last week or 2 weeks ago about the Bible and the word the Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
What verse?
It was it was the one where they crossed through the desert. What did they call that? Where they went wandering through the desert.
Elizabeth wrote all this stuff down.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but it was something 12.
Exodus. Was it?
Exodus 12.
Okay.
And it was talking about birth,
Right.
really.
Okay.
But only they used the word matrix. He came out with a matrix, and it was like, wait a minute. I mean, this is going to the Mandela effect type thing now.
Okay.
Okay.
Now the Matrix is in the Bible right now as we speak.
Yeah, and in the Old Testament, like, did they really use that word?
Word,
Like,
the
I don't even
matrix.
think they did.
Right.
When you go into the newer versions of it, it says womb.
Older versions, you mean?
No, newer.
Oh.
Like if you go in New King James Version and stuff like that, it says womb.
Okay.
And I think that's the word they used. I don't think they
was-
said matrix in the old one.
Right, but
matrix
now-
that's a real concept to try to figure out right there.
Right.
I mean, come on.
But now, if you go purchase the Bible at your bookstore, it's going to say Matrix.
If you go to King James Version, any King James, it says matrix.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
And that's, and that's, and
It's
that's a
almost
fact.
Looney Tunes. Like, look that one up. I mean, come on. I mean, this is weird. This thing is weird. This Mandela effect. And the more I look into it, I mean, people run from me when I start
Right.
talking about it, like my family. But it's like Looney Tunes and Luke, I'm your father, and all that stuff. It all changed. What happened? Where did it go? Like, I don't know.
I think it was all the weed. All
That's
the,
good, Alan. I like that.
I think it was all. I think it was all the weed he was smoking back in the days. But that's,
Yeah,
that's
it could be. I was a heathen.
So, all right. Well, let's talk about the other books that I showed that particular book cover on there. You've written how many books?
Oh, goodness. Mystic Revelations of 13, Angels, Aliens, and Prophecy, and let's see, what else? Predictions 2016 and Beyond, which we've been talking about a little bit about, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Let's see. Earth Energy, of course.
Right. Your website, BetseyLewis.com, correct?
Right. And
Okay.
Betsey is Betsey, a little bit different. Lewis, Lewis's.
Okay. Awesome.
.com.
Well,
And I love the picture behind you. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, when we moved in, I guess there was a young boy that painted that on there, and there's a giant white horse there. Can you see the white horse? I don't know if you can see it.
you need to put a unicorn on that horse. That would really add to it.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'd
absolutely.
Like
Well,
that.
I love the mountains, and that's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we let you go, give us. And I know it's going to be hard, but is there an actual prediction that you can make, or that did you
Or
feel
something that's been on
you
your mind that you haven't told anybody?
that
Oh.
you,
In a prediction-
that you want to
prediction?
spill it right here and now?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I believe we can change time events, that events can be changed. But I believe that we are going to see a lot more of the civil unrest going on. I feel that Donald Trump is going to win. We're going to see some very strange things with Hillary coming unglued. I mean, that's going to be
Tomorrow,
a
you
major
mean?
thing.
Are you talking about tomorrow?
I think he's going to get to her. I think she's going to have
well,
a meltdown.
Well, I mean, you heard what happened. That Mark Cuban, the owner of
Oh,
the
right,
of the
right.
Mavericks, does not like Donald Trump. So Hillary invited him to sit in the front row, and then so Donald Trump said, "Oh, really?" So he's going to have. Oh my God, the name escaped me. One of Bill Clinton's mistresses accepted.
right. Jennifer
Jennifer
Flowers.
Flowers accepted his. To sit down in the front row in front of Clinton. Oh my God.
Her clone ain't going to be able to handle that.
And I can't wait. I've been telling people this debate's not going to happen. Something's going to happen. She's going to get too ill. There's going to be a false flag event. They're going to pull the whole
still could.
event, which still can happen because tomorrow is still a whole day. But now, since Jennifer Flowers and all this is going to be happening, I want to see the expression on Clinton's face, and I want to see what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, it's going to be really interesting. I can't wait, to be honest.
She's really a dark person, and there's a lot of these leaders around the world that are actually wolves, in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
And
I've heard a lot of bad
look in
things.
their faces.
Yep.
That's where the soul is.
Right.
The
Yeah.
windows of the soul are in the eyes. Look in their eyes. I did that. I cut out eyes and put that on Facebook and asked people who these people were. I had Charles Manson, I had Ted Bundy, and it was interesting. There's a lot of intuitive people that picked up, and there was a couple of people right away that knew it was Ted Bundy. One guy said that he had met him in Florida before he started all the killings, the
Whoa.
serial killings. Isn't that
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty scary. And then I had an actor on there. So they were pretty right on, though.
Wow. I saw that.
Yeah.
I couldn't guess any one of them. I tried.
You tried?
I failed. Yeah. That sucks.
I didn't see that.
I saw it, but I couldn't
think
do it.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Fun game.
Yeah, I put Hillary on there too. It was kind of interesting to see what people were saying about Hillary's eyes.
She's really been acting wacky.
She has, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that one video of her having that meltdown and screaming and something about
I should be
why
40
isn't
points
she 50
ahead.
points ahead. She was
Right.
yelling that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, why am I
That's
not?
her true personality. She's got a lot of Scorpio in her astrology chart, and Scorpio's a good sign. But with all that Scorpio, she has a bad temper, a really bad temper. That's all true.
I heard people don't like to run into her. That are like her staff.
Yeah.
I mean, when she was stealing everything out of the White House, I wonder what everybody thought. She's probably like, and I get the dishes and this and that.
Well, you better knock it off, Ellen, because you're gonna disappear tomorrow.
Yeah, watch out, Al.
Yeah, well, I just want to remind everybody, she stole everything out of the White House. She had to bring it back, but she did steal it.
All hate mail, please send that to Alan Thomas at P.O. Box. No. All right, Betsy.
Yes.
It's been an hour. That's fast. That was awesome, wasn't it?
It was. Thank you
was
so
wonderful.
much.
It was
been
really
such
good
a
meeting
pleasure
you.
talking to both of you.
Absolutely. We're going to have you on.
Great. I enjoyed it.
Okay, cool. We're going to have you again on. If you happen to publish another book, you let us know. We'll get you up here and we'll talk about it, okay?
Yeah, or you have
Or if you have a great dream
Yeah.
or prediction, you
I'll
better
let
you better
know.
you better message me or I'm going to be ticked off.
Yeah.
Well, look at my Earth News 1 on my website because I have predictions on there, and I do post my predictions every year, so...
Well, save one and come on
Sure,
the air
check it
and then
out.
say it here.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Sounds great. Thanks so
Okay.
much.
All right, Betsy.
Thank you, Betsy. Bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
See ya. All right, that was Betsy. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was cool.
It was cool.
See, a lot of people were like freaking out. Oh my God, she's working with Satan, the devil. Oh my God. No, that's not the case. I had no idea she was going to get into reptilians and clones and all that. I'm going, whoa, that's cool. So right on. All right. We got about 20 minutes until we get Heidi on. So let's talk about the Bigfoot thing, huh? You guys want to continue on talking about Bigfoot? Yeah, let's do that. For those who don't know, last week we had we were showing pictures, okay? And lo and behold, there was something that we did not catch. And from now on, we are really going to have to sit down and probably put them on the big screen and really look at them one at a time. Because
I actually I looked at him at the. Okay, but there was 2,000. Okay, you guys.
Right.
2,000 pictures, but we actually looked at him at the place, and then
the lighting was really off there at the.
When we were driving down, I went through them again. But I was trying to go through all of them, so I guess 40 minutes I looked at him, and then I looked at him again at home, and then we did the show, and then there it was. It was like, hey. Who put that there?
Okay, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put up, for those who don't know, last week there was a picture that, there was several pictures that I was showing. Uh-oh. Oh. And, yeah. And what happened is, a lot of you guys saw something, and so we went back to it, and let me show you what this was here. Okay, here it is right here. Here is the one picture that everybody was yelling, stop. Okay, you see this right here? I'm circling it right here. This thing popped into the camera on the left-hand side. I had a camera that was mounted on a tree stump that was probably about a foot off the ground, facing up towards a crate that I had up here at one time, and it was on the ground because the stupid bear knocked it down. And if you watched last week's show, you can see the bear knocking it down. I thought this was part of the bear, but boy, was I wrong. I had somebody lightened up this picture. Let me show you that particular picture. I believe it's this one. Okay. And that it's probably the when you contrast it and bring it up and without making it blurry, this is what you get. Okay. It's still hard to really. A lot of people see it right off the bat, and I thought whatever this thing is was looking at the actual camera, which is like towards me, but that's not the case. I think it's looking at the actual crate that's on the ground over here. So this is what we're talking about right here. So what this is here is, I think this is the cheek, the right cheek. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Imagine this photograph reversed with the nose and the mouth on the right side and everything is reversed. Okay, look at this. Somebody actually sent me this and said this is what I see. Matter of fact, Isaac is the one who sent me this, and he goes, dude, that's what I see. So let's go here, and what I did is I zoomed in on it and blew it up a little bit. it sort of has a cone head. Here's like some hair on the forehead, sort of kind of. I see an ear right here. And I know it's for you, it's probably too blurry to see. But I think there's a round object, and I think that's the ear. This is the cheek part. I know it's kind of hard to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put back there, right there. See this part? I'm circling it right here. I believe that's the ear, because it goes around, and there it is, like that. I see an ear there, guys, and I think it's looking right at the crate, right down there. This here might be the arm and shoulders, is what we're looking at right here, and and the cone head. All right. I don't know what else to tell you guys, but there it is. I can't tell you. A lot of people said it's a gorilla, but this is
there's no gorillas.
There's no gorillas in the mountains. This is like, when the window impressions of the window happened to us.
Yep.
The facial impressions were from a gorilla.
Yep.
All right, guys.
That's what Mickey said too.
Mickey Burrell, forensic expert for the Fresno Police Department, stated, Jeff, this face, I matched it 100% to a gorilla.
Yeah.
But Jeff, we don't have any gorillas in the Sierras. So Jeff, what did you just do to me?
Yeah.
Right? He said, with this, Jeff, I could prove without a doubt in a courtroom that what made these impressions were from a gorilla, because of the lips, the ridges in the lips, just everything. Just, he says, there's no way you, Jeff, or Alan, or David, or Joe Walls, or Danny, or Trevin would have known to put the ridges of these lips in the impressions on the window. You would have never known to done that. Just, you wouldn't have. All right. So, what did we get here? What is that? Guys,
it's pretty. It ain't a boulder because it moved.
No,
you know what I mean? Like
a boulder.
Well, I'm saying.
You're just trying to throw things at
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
again, I'm circling right there the ear. What I think it's the ear. There it is, right there, right. And at first I thought it was looking towards the trunk, but I think here is
it's actually looking
the
at
eye.
the food.
He's looking at the food right here. Here's the mouth, because it's the cheek and the upper part of the mouth is closed, and here's like right above the forehead. Here's where the eye socket should be, right in this area, and it goes up, and there's a cone to it, to the head itself, guys. I mean, man, dude, really? I can't wait to go back up and get those SD cards now. I mean, it's like it's been what, 2 weeks now?
About
2 weeks. Okay.
I can go up tomorrow.
No. We'll wait a couple more weeks. We need to let it go for a while. But we need to get back up.
That way, there's 2,000 pictures again.
Yeah. So let's show you guys. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is one of the photographs of. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back to the picture itself. Hold on. Does this say how many pictures are on here? So just to let you guys know, okay, it starts in 1540, and it goes all the way to 2003. So there's 500 pictures on this one.
Yeah, one of them had 447 or something like that.
So let me make sure you guys are looking at this. Yeah, you guys are looking at this.
That one's F4.
Yeah. So
file 4.
This was
that's the one that is malfunctioning.
Yeah. So look that's me, and I can just go through, and if you look at the time down here, 9:27, 9:28, 9:29, 9:30, 9:32, 9:30. So like I said, the cover over the sensor, the white shielded cover, it was broken, and that's the reason why it was taking photographs just about every freaking couple of minutes.
And it ran itself out of batteries.
Yeah, and the battery died. So,
but it's cool looking. See how he's like moving? It almost looks like a movie.
Right. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm clicking the arrow to the right, which is advancing the photographs.
It's like time lapse.
Yeah.
actually could turn that into a time lapse in Windows Movie Maker. Look, there goes a Bigfoot. No, I'm just kidding.
And then I believe we get one photograph of a bear here, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think there is one in
No,
that one.
not in this
no.
one. Okay.
Or
Even a deer, for that matter. And it's because you guys,
It
like
ran
I said,
out of the pictures too fast.
oh,
on
probably.
that.
Okay. So, anyways, that was one of the cameras. Let me get out of here. Let's go to another one, which is, I believe,
File 2.
File 2.
That one has, oh man, quite a few pictures too.
Okay. That's Isaac's dad, and there's Jolene, and this is the one we set it up. Hold on. I got a text from the wife. Look at your phone, ban this guy already. Oh, there's somebody on there. They said ban somebody. Is there somebody on there trolling like big time?
I haven't really been paying attention.
Oh. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue on. And I'm just gonna advance it. I'm going. Okay. Oh, check it out. Here, down here, I'm circling. Okay, do you see this guy down here? I'm circling it right now. The trunk. The camera is right there. You see it? There's the camera. That's the one that took the photograph of whatever we think that object is. There it is right there. There's the camera. You see it right there on that trunk. And I covered it with a couple of pieces of bark on both sides. And that is the one, basically, game camera that took a picture of all, the bear and the deer. That sucker got it right there. So maybe I need to really bring these cameras and bring them down, because the ones up there aren't really getting anything. But I'm going to go through these really quick here. I'm hitting the arrow, obviously, to advance the photographs. In this one here, go back. Did I miss anything there? Yep. Okay. This is the one where we get a bear. Here it is, right here. Here's that infamous bear. See him? I'm circling it right there. There he is. And then obviously the camera. You can see now the camera. There's the camera. Right there on that tree trunk. But that is all we got on this one. I think we got maybe one deer, but that is it here. All right. So in this one here, 3088 goes all the way to 3807.
So it's like 500.
Wait, 3088 to almost 800.
Yeah.
800 photographs on this one, guys.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I know there was like out of the 4 files, there was 2,000 photos. I mean, right? It was just under 2,000, I think. Just under.
Okay. Let me see that real quick. All right. Hold on, guys. Talk about something.
Yeah. Well, when you're going through these pictures, like I try to like set my eye. I don't know how you guys do it, but I set my eye on one thing and try not to focus on the picture, and then I just click through them, and then I try to see if anything moves. Like that thing that was in the picture I should have saw that big thing right on the side of the picture. Like come into the picture and then come out of the picture. I catch squirrels and all kinds of stuff like that. What? I can't believe I did not pick that out. But we do a lot of we do a lot of leaving the camera, and I think that's how we catch. I don't know if it's like luck so much as just leaving the camera right there. I think that's the big deal. We pick a spot after everybody tells us where they are, and we put the camera, and actually more than one camera, and we sometimes get something, but most of the time, I'm gonna tell you, we don't get much. I'm actually shocked that we got that. I was kind of thinking the stickers was a big deal. You know what I mean? Like we leave the apples, and then you come back, there's nothing on the camera whatsoever, but all the stickers of all 10 apples are right there, and it could not have avoided the camera.
Right.
So I kind of think that one, I bet when it stepped up, the camera clicked. And I bet, have you ever had something like that where something clicks on and you don't want to look at it? You know what I mean? You're like, ugh, I just got busted. I think that's what he did.
Mm-hmm. He
And
probably heard the click.
And then he stepped back, right? And we didn't get another picture of him.
Right.
You know.
He went damn. And you know what? Then, if that's the case, then he knows there's a camera there,
right? And
we're screwed.
And he ain't gonna get in front of it again.
Or in that
and
location.
What if he does it? What if he messes with it though? Like puts his finger and stuff like that.
Or what if he takes it?
Ooh.
So we have to find out now. When we go back, we might have to move it to a different location in the same area, different location, and really get the cameras, move them to another area, and go from there. This was inverted. I don't know how this was done. I'm just showing you different. Now somebody said, I'm going to show you this right here. Who did this? I think Mickey did this, or somebody, but.
That's like a pencil drawing, right?
No. This is done with a computer. Just
it says right up there, Joy.
No. This was from an old. She inverted. She actually did the color contrast on it and tried to lighten it up, and that was just on the other picture. And somebody took that picture, and somebody said, "Look, there's a braid there, a hair braid." And I'm going, what? Yeah, see it right there? So they say. I don't know. But, okay.
What if it's a cow butt? And that's the tail.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible. And I don't know. Could it be a cow?
A cow butt?
I
mean, he would have had to back in because there's no way for him to walk through that camera. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He would have had to back up into it.
Right. So that I can't see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I just wanted. I don't know how much more we can talk about this particular picture, guys. But I know you guys wanted us to get into it a little bit more deeper. But you can only take it so far. And there you go. Last week 2 weeks ago we were talking about. Elizabeth Martinez sent me over a movie called. Midnight Train. Meat Train.
I've been meaning to watch that.
I gave it to Alan a couple of weeks ago, and he still hasn't looked at it.
I'll look at it.
And it just so happens that week we talked about it, and the following week it aired on cable actually it was on DirecTV, and I don't remember what channel, but there it is right there. I went, what? Are you kidding me? I mean, that's the type of movie that they don't put on TV.
Is that a coincidence?
I don't think so.
Me either.
I don't think so. Okay. And
that's funny.
Yeah, and then I went on the Facebook and I placed it. Hey, you guys, you remember this movie we're just talking about that has never really made the airs on TV? Well, it's now on TV and you can watch it, guys.
What a trip.
And is that a coincidence? No, I don't think it is a coincidence. But there you go. There's your proof. It was on there.
Oh, Heidi's calling in.
Okay. Let's get her on.
Heidi's hitting me in the hotline. I was like, how come my thing is doing that? Okay, here we go. I'm dialing in.
Go ahead. Oops. Alright, let's go ahead and get this camera there.
Did she answer or did it not answer? I see me. Hi, Heidi.
Are you there?
I can't hear you.
We can't hear you. No, everything is up on this end. Okay, 1 second. We hear you. We saw the 1 second. We don't hear you though.
Still can't hear you.
Still can't hear you. And if I would have known to take sign language when I was younger, I would have, but I can't do it.
You hear me now?
Now we hear you. There you are.
Okay, cool.
That's
Cool.
a great commercial. Can you hear me now? No.
I like the little finger dancing there.
Oh, yeah?
What finger? Oh, the finger.
Oh, that's my sign language. I'm really good at it. I can speak really fast.
My goodness.
Okay.
How are you guys?
We're doing good. Finally, we see ya. How have you been doing?
Okay, that was so weird. I don't know what was going on with Skype last week.
It was weird.
That
It really
bizarre.
was. But it's been acting weird though.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
But
we got you
I
now.
think I got all the bugs out of it today though. This is like the third Skype today that I've got going, and it's running flawlessly.
Cool. So,
gotcha. Do
all
you guys
right.
have feedback for me or
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. Because I'm hearing myself echoing, but it's all good.
No, yeah, you're good. So,
Great.
all right, Heidi, tell everybody who you are, what you're all about, and all that kind of good stuff.
Well, I just sweep the floors around here.
I see the mop back there.
Exactly. There you go. And when it comes to anything out of the ordinary, I try to give you guys some interesting reports. I have fun doing this stuff too. I always say that I'm someone who's been there, seen that, experienced it, freaked out, found some answers, wrote about it, got over it, and now I'm trying to help other people do the same thing and understand this crazy world of ours. So I invite people to go to my main website, which is HeidiHollis.com, and you'll find a lot of kooky stuff there. And I have sent you, this is from last week, the stuff
Yes.
that I sent you, but nonetheless, really cool stuff, I think.
Cool.
These UFO reports from latestufos.com, which is, I like that site. Except for I've seen a couple of odd changes that I don't know why they do it, but like dates they alter sometimes. I'm like, now why do that?
Right.
I don't
right.
get why they do that.
I wonder if they do it like so that they can get away with like taking it.
Well,
You know
like
what I
saying
mean?
it just happened, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it seemed. And then I go to the video and it's like from a year or something, you know? That's what I don't get. I'm like, but they purposely go in the report and alter the date sometimes. I'm like, well, that's not cool.
That's because they want up to date stuff, and then they hope nobody saw it.
Yeah. I'm like, I like going to the links and checking it out. But you got the video, I believe.
Sure
of this.
do. So,
Yeah.
okay, so we're looking at case 78946.
Yes, I believe so. So it
I
says
think they
this
let
is
that
the,
prisoner out.
Yeah, we're like,
this is the one that's where they're driving down the road, right? You see?
let me go ahead
Yep.
and put that up right now. It's MUFON case, Crow's Landing, California.
I believe so.
Okay, let me go ahead
Yeah.
and just move it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, he's on the freeway right now.
Yes.
Okay, go.
And this is the narrative. It says, while driving northbound on Interstate 5 in Central California,
Ooh,
near Crow's Landing
Where's that
at
at?
approximately 4:40, and this happened on September 2nd. They said, I saw and filmed with my dash camera a large object enter our atmosphere. It came in to the north of my location and was headed east as it descended in a slight arc.
It's
It
over
looked
by
like a
Chowchilla.
long- Yeah, and he says it looked like a long cylinder or tube. As it descended and gave off brilliant lights as the leading surface burned, it was difficult to judge the actual size and distance, but I would guess it was 43 to 45 miles away, possibly over Auburn, California area. I thought it could be a saucer shape and that I was looking at it from the side edge. From the bottom to the top of the object, it looked as if it was painting a rainbow of colors as it swept across the sky at about half the speed of a shooting star.
okay, so we should be able to see it on here then, on the video itself?
It
or-
says at 4:46 and 33.
Oh, you know what? I'm at the wrong video then, because it only goes up to. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, 446.
And I sent a picture there too, I think. for
So,
you.
so we're talking at the very end then. No.
Yeah, close to the end, I guess.
Oh, hold on, because it only goes up to 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Maybe we're at the wrong one.
Well, you have the one where they're driving down the.
Yeah, this is the one down the freeway, but 4 minutes. The video is only
Crow's
3 minutes
Landing.
and 11 seconds.
The counter's in the corner though. Do you see it? I wonder if they like
On
fast
the left
forwarded.
side, the counter's on the left side. See,
Oh, that counter. What was it again? 4 minutes and what?
4:46:33.
Okay. Here it is right now. It's at 30.
there it goes.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, I see it.
It was quick.
Yeah. Put it back again.
Oh, that is cool.
It is pretty wild.
Hmm.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I love those.
Pretty good. And you know what? These dash cams are really good to have. I'm thinking about getting one for my truck. Just
Yeah.
because I don't drive at night, but
Mhm.
during the day, good with accidents to prove you that the guy who hit you really hit you and it wasn't your fault. But see what happens when you have dash cams on here, guys. You get some cool stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right
You know,
on.
and most everybody I know has radar detectors.
Oh.
It's like they're not gonna get me.
That's funny.
Cool. All right.
Only every
That's
time they
pretty
drive
cool,
by
like-
a grocery store, that's the only thing that sets it off. Is the door, the automatic door opener.
Okay.
Mm.
So it's like, oh man, is that a cop? He's like, no, it's just a grocery store.
Oh,
Like,
my gosh.
okay.
It's okay. So the next one I have is from Portland, Oregon. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And this says it was taken August 19th of this year. And this is what the narrative is. It says Portland, and it says how bright. It just starts off this way, saying how bright they were for being stationary. It wasn't there. The two objects hovered before a third one showed up next to them appeared. The third started to move away slow before and just flat out disappeared. So I don't know. That's their narrative.
Usually, something like this, I would say, skydivers at night, the Golden Knights. There's a group called the Golden Knights, but I don't see the resemblance of what I'm familiar with on the Golden Knights as far
Right.
as nighttime skydivers. This doesn't look like they're nighttime skydivers to me at all.
Mm-mm.
And matter of fact, there's one popping up right there. Okay, now this is pretty cool stuff here.
It's not the skydivers.
It's not
though.
skydivers. Nope.
They usually are doing like in sync, synchronized
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Ah.
Interesting. This reminds me of the Stephenville, the Phoenix Lights.
Yeah.
The showing up over the hills one at a time.
Oh, it is like that.
But obviously, we don't know if there's a mountain there or not. But
Yeah, you're right.
they're stationary. They're not moving, man.
Right. They're pretty cool. They're pretty
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, and the one that
Hmm.
popped in late is now popping out early, disappearing.
Interesting.
It is cool.
This is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, you called it with those skydivers on that one in Wisconsin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're like, oh nope, I know what it is, and it wasn't even out then saying what it was, that it was those skydivers.
Right.
So,
But this one I cannot explain. You got
You have to see a lot of videos before you can do that.
mm-hmm.
So like
I get we had a flap in California where there was the skydivers were practicing constantly out in the
Yeah.
desert of L.A. and in Bakersfield, and
Mhm.
that's why I was familiar with them, only because people were calling me and sending me videos from their cell phone. Jeff, look at the UFOs are landing in Bakersfield, and finally I realized, wait a minute, and I found out the schedule for the Golden Knights, and they were practicing in these locations, so that's why I was able to debunk that.
but only they do in other states. They do it at football games and
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that. So we'll see it again. You know what I mean? And we'll be like, oh, I know what that is.
Right.
Right.
And everybody else doesn't know what it is, though.
But
Yeah.
what you just showed us is not
It is
them.
not that.
That
yet.
was not that. So
Now this next video is unbelievable.
Oh.
Now I've seen a ship that was this color before.
what the hell?
This is a wild one, and it's got a big testimony too.
It says
I-
language caution, and
Okay,
then
well, I have a
Jeffrey's
me-
like, "What the
Oh
hell?"
yeah, there's a lot of F-bombs in this
Well,
one.
I have it muted, so that's okay.
Oh boy!
Okay. Yeah,
Wow, it's gold.
What are we looking at here? What do you?
All right, so this is what it says: unedited witness testimony. They say, I went outside of work at 3 a.m. for my usual smoke break. I walked to my normal spot for smoking and noticed a very bright orange light in the sky, unlike anything I'd ever seen before.
Okay, so the two things on the left-hand side are those like towers?
Yes, I think so, like
Okay.
cell phone towers maybe.
Okay.
The brightness of it was what got my attention. The way it was glowing and the color made it look like a street light, but I've never seen one that way, and this thing looked way too big for that. My first thought was that it may be the moon behind the cloud cover. And when I saw one, I thought it was the moon too. And the
Okay.
whole body of the thing glowed this color.
Okay.
And it says, but the moon was almost directly above me at the time, and there was no cloud cover that night. I still haven't thought of anything else it might be. I couldn't make out any features on the object as it was very dark and the object was far enough away that I wouldn't be able to see any details on it. The lights on it seemed to cover up any details I might have noticed. I had my cell phone out and was recording video of it, and when I was zoomed in, I noticed it looked like two separate lights with a small gap in between them. The whole time it was there, it never moved. About after a minute, the object began to shrink and gradually turned pure white. After about 2 minutes, the object faded away and I lost sight of it. A couple of hours before the sighting, while in the office, I started feeling uneasy. It felt like something was watching me from just out of sight, and I felt like I was in danger and that something bad had happened or was about to happen.
Whoa.
I've never felt. What's that?
No, go ahead.
It says, I have never felt like that at work before and ignored it and followed my usual routine. This feeling persisted from roughly 9 p.m. until around midnight. When I saw the object, my first reaction was that feeling of fear, but it was quickly replaced by a feeling that I needed to record as much of this as I possibly could. After the object disappeared, I felt strangely calm and peaceful for the rest of the night. I lost sight of the object when it slowly faded away, roughly 2 minutes after I first saw it. I'm not sure if it was still there but out of sight or how long it had been there before I saw it. Shortly after it disappeared, I heard several loud popping noises in quick succession from its direction, but I am not sure if the sounds are related to the object or not. Do note that the video I have attached contains profanity, and I do not know anything about editing videos.
Now, I'm definitely thinking that there is a mountain here. I can't obviously tell that, but the towers are on a hill or on a mountain, and this thing is definitely behind it, and it looks like it's going down behind it. Now, obviously, this is at nighttime, so there is no sun. And if he says the moon is right above him, you have to take that for what it's worth. Then what the hell is this?
I don't know, but it. Are you sure that's a mountain? It could be.
Well, yeah,
really
because
could be.
because those are the cell towers or the towers with the blinking
towers
lights
on top
them.
of the mountain.
Right. So this thing is probably, I don't want to say on it, but
Right
behind
next to it.
And then and it looked like it's going down behind it, whatever it is.
Yeah. It's moving away from him.
Or going down behind it.
Because when it gets smaller, you notice that?
Well,
like
it's getting smaller because it's going behind the mountain, and you're losing sight of it.
See, I thought it was going away from him and down.
Good question. Let me see. I'm watching it again here. It looked like it's going down. I don't know. Obviously, it's not round on top. There's a flat. It's flat and it's on top.
It's almost like a cigar, like a golden cigar.
Right. Now the color of the lighting, you can tell everything is lit up gold. So I'm assuming this thing was actually white then, right?
They said it turned white when it started to fade away.
It was gold.
Yeah.
That's
I see
interesting.
one that was this color where the whole body of the ship glowed orangish red like that.
Wow.
See, to me, it looks like it's going away from him. In fact, it looks like in the very beginning of the video, it's closer to him. And it's slowly moving away towards the towers, past the towers.
I see what you're saying. Well,
yeah.
It's going to disappear right now, and it's gone. Wow.
That was a cool sighting.
Interesting.
That one's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, the next one we have is Estrena Luz Verde.
Yeah. That sounds like something I have for dinner.
The green light. Yeah. The green light? No? Is that what it means?
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is.
It was the pork chop
lights. Okay, so we have some, I'm showing them right now, some green lights in the clouds. What do you got?
Oh, you're looking at the video. Okay.
Yes.
This is... Okay, let me skip down.
Oh, was there something else I was supposed to go to first? Or?
Oh, that's okay. The other one was just a picture, so this is a video.
Got it.
Garlauza journalist Saul captured, and I had to put this through Google Translation, so if it's all jumbled.
Okay.
It says that they captured this extraordinary image of green lights in the skies, Mexico City, located on Madero Street in the center of the city. This journalist managed to catch this images August 5th of this year around 21:45 hours. Atmospheric phenomenon or UFO, they're questioning. So that was all they had to say for that.
Well, we're in frickin' Mexico City, so I want to say UFO.
Right?
Right?
Thousands of them over there, man.
Yeah. I was like,
Thousands.
in the Northern Lights, I'm like, hold on.
No, that's a ways out there.
Yeah.
No way.
Not Northern Lights.
very
It
cool.
could be something glowing on the cloud, though.
The bat signal? The bat signal
you
gone
never
wrong.
know in Mexico.
The bat
it could
signal
be,
gone wrong.
You know,
it
it could be they're calling the dinner bell.
I don't know.
Look, it's two of them right now, and then it turns into one.
Well, it's just,
Calling the dinner bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chili verde over here.
I don't know.
You know, I got the
Pretty
burrito.
interesting find. That one was like, wow, what is that?
Oh, look, they inverted it. Oh, that changes it a little bit.
Got me on that one.
Yeah,
me too.
I don't know.
So the picture you wanted me to go to is where? Which one? The pyramid?
Yes, the pyramid.
Okay, got it
So
up.
you can zoom in on that object that they're showing there. And so this is what the text was to that picture. It says, my friend was visiting the pyramids in Mexico and taking photographs and discovered a strange object in one of the photos hovering above the site. This was not seen by the person at the time that the pictures were taken. And this
can you
is
roll in it?
taken August 21st, 2016.
No, I can't bring it down. But you still might be able to see, just because it's up there, I think you can still see that part.
Oh, I see. It's in the.
It's in the grayish of this, but I don't think you see that on the screen.
That black object on
Yeah, on top.
Oh.
Because it's way up there, I can't really scroll into it. When I do scroll into it, it disappears. It goes out of.
Oh, darn.
Oh, it sort of kind of goes out of. Well, no, I take that back.
wait.
Hold on. Oh, there you go. We're doing it.
Yay!
Oh crap! What is that?
Whoa, what is that? A flying man?
Like those flying witch things have been catching.
Yes, exactly. That sure sounds like. It looks like a seahorse.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So is it like a? Oh, what in the heck were we talking about last week? Those dinosaurs, flying dinosaur.
Pterosaurus or pterodactyl?
Yeah, pterodactyl. Is that
That's
what it
weird.
is?
It's the wings don't represent that of a pterosaur or a pterodactyl.
Or a black kite. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Over
never
the pyramid,
know.
huh? No, God, what is that? I'm gonna see if I can scroll into it even more here. Hold on.
Whoa.
What is that? I don't know, but there it is.
Yeah.
It
that's
could be a
crazy.
kite. You see the guys up on top of it?
No, on the pyramid?
Yeah.
No, that's not guys.
Are
That
you sure?
that's like
That is
like a technology. I don't want to say an antenna. I don't know what antenna would be doing on top of a pyramid, but I'm pretty sure that nobody's going to be up there with a kite.
I don't know about that.
No.
Those
They
people?
think the Mexican police would kick your ass and throw you on the ground. Seriously.
They might.
I don't think. I don't know. Good question.
That's crazy.
It could. I don't know. So you're saying the guy that snapped this photograph just
Did not see
not see it and just snapped it and got this, huh?
Right, yeah. Just happened to catch that.
It almost looks like a hole in the sky, kind of. Really.
Oh. It's a weird
I mean, that's what it looks like on the screen.
Oh, I
I'm
see what
looking
you're
at.
saying, like a rip
Yeah.
in the portal.
Yep.
Ooh. And it's
And-
right
and-
on top of that pyramid. So
So
in
maybe
a way
the
it looked like
pyramid's
it.
ripping it. Like maybe it had, it's like some kind of time,
Ooh, that's a weird.
like a dimension type rip, right above a.
Seriously, now since you mentioned that, Alan, it looks like a rip in
It
the
does.
clouds. Like
Mhm.
yeah.
And they say the pyramids do that kind of stuff. Like maybe it's opening something for a reptilian to come through.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, now you're really tripping over there, dude.
Yeah, truly.
Well,
Come-
I mean
come
that's
back to
that's
Earth.
the
Come back to
reptilian.
Earth.
That's the reptilian pyramid.
Yeah, come back to Earth, Ellen.
The reptilian step pyramid right there. That's what it is
Yeah. Okay.
in Mexico.
Raise your hands and let us see you don't have any paraphernalia in your hand.
No, wait, I can talk.
He already took it
is-
before he went on the air.
They're like, it's a reptilian.
Jeez Louise, you're losing it, dude.
And I've got a short little
Go for it.
blurb that somebody put of a sighting that they had. Okay, so it says, I saw a fleet of UFOs once with my wife. One went right over my car while we were on the highway. It was so close that it should have been loud as heck. When we opened the window, we couldn't hear a thing. It had 3 purple brown lights on the bottom of it, and it was triangular shaped. When we got home, I saw more. I ran down the street to catch a glimpse of one. When it was leaving from my vantage point, the lights behind this thing kept morphing and changing. It seemed to be at least 4 stories tall. It was one of the strangest sights I've ever seen, and I'll never forget it. So this is a site with short little odd stories. So
Cool.
I was like, ooh, never heard of such a thing like that. That's crazy. And I got a couple little weird stories that people posted.
Go for
Wanna
it.
hear?
Go for it.
All right, this one says, my mom always bought snow globes for my grandma. When grandma passed away, my mom took them back to our house. My mom put them all up on the shelves that go around the entire living room. A few weeks had passed. My mom found a video that she wanted my brothers and I to watch because it reminded her of our grandma. We all sat down to watch it, and of course, near the end of the movie, our mom starts crying. Right when the movie ends, all the snow globes went off at the same time.
Whoa.
The figurines didn't move on any of them, just the music.
Whoa.
We all huddled together, of course, because we're scared as heck. And I'm editing. And my mom suddenly said, "Mom?" And all the music stopped, and then the room became extremely cold. My mom
Great.
suddenly felt really uncomfortable and had all of us run and get into the car, and she drove us to our godmother's house. She cried for hours until she got a call from our dad saying he'd be home in a few minutes and should head back. When we all got back inside, it was warm again, but all the snow globes were shattered on the ground except for one.
Ooh.
The one that was my grandma's favorite.
Wow.
Bummer.
That sounds like something was trying to pretend to be grandma, doesn't it?
Yes.
Right? That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking the same.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why would grandma try to, I mean, when it pulls all the heat out of the room?
And it knows which one's grandma's.
Thank you, right?
You know, yeah. That means it's been with the family for a little while.
Exactly. That was a little crazy. I've got another short one here. It
Okay.
says, this is a story from their family. When my mom was a young girl growing up in Vietnam, she had this weird dream about being in a darkened church. Everyone was talking in hushed tones, but it was English, so she didn't understand what was going on. But she remembered certain details, like the stained glass windows and the baptismal font. She told her parents, but they were kind of dismissive. They had told her it was just a weird dream. A few years later, she was forced to flee South Vietnam because of the Vietnam War, and her family relocated to Florida, and they started life over. About 10 years later, she went to the local Catholic church for her younger sister's confirmation. And suddenly she realized it was the same church she had dreamed of as a child, the same darkened church, the same stained glass, the same baptismal font. She talked to her parents again, and they remembered her having the dream and described the place exactly.
Whoa.
That is cool.
That
I like
is.
to hear.
That's like a precog thing. Precognition.
Right?
Yeah.
That is really cool. And I've got another one here. Okay, so yeah, this one says, just a few months ago, I had to babysit my cousins while my cousin went grocery shopping. I was just watching TV in the living room and the baby sleeping on the couch. I remembered reaching forward to grab the Coke that I was drinking when all of a sudden the baby started crying. I quickly go over to him so I could calm him down and send him back to sleep. But when I see him, I'm shocked to see that he's still sound asleep. Ugh, it gives me chills. And the crying was still occurring.
Whoa.
We're the only ones in the house, and the closest neighbor was a half block down.
Dang.
I have no idea what was going on. Ah! It's like
That would
demon
be
baby.
freaking me out.
Yeah, it would.
I hate whenever it messes with kids.
Right?
Anything messes with kids.
That's so straight up demon though. When I don't know why do they like to mimic babies crying? Why is that?
Bigfoots do the same
Yep.
thing. Did you know that?
I have heard that. I have
Yeah.
heard that. What do you think? Does it break down, somebody's defenses a bit? Like, oh, it's just a baby.
I think maybe it makes you go look.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like luring you.
Yeah.
Even
You
the
think
one in
Bigfoot
the
is eating
house,
people?
you know. I don't know, man.
I agree. It's trying to get you to lower your defenses to come look. I mean,
Yeah.
that would be that or a kitty cat.
Yeah, the
a
kitty.
kitty cat, and you can take talk to Christina about that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a kitty over there. It needs my help. I better go look. Or
Ah,
it's a
Yeah, and
baby
then run
crying.
into a 10-foot critter.
Yeah.
jeez, my
Yeah.
goodness. If you want to lure a human really good, try to imitate McDonald's French fries cooking.
What? Say that again. Or what?
I think some of my kids could do that.
I said, if you really
And
want to
I'm
lure
gonna tell you
humans,
how they do it either, you know.
try to mimic, the sounds of McDonald's French fries cooking.
Oh
And
my
you
God.
really get them all.
You know what? French fries, McDonald's. Back in the days when we were growing up, they were totally awesome.
Yep.
Do you remember those? Oh, I could eat those French fries like crazy. But now the taste is totally different.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Oh man, I remember back then those French fries. I'd screw the hamburgers. I want the French fries.
Yep.
The French fries were the bomb, and now they give me gas.
Well,
That's
don't
exactly
be
how
so
my
close to
kids
him,
were like-
Alan.
I
That's
just
how
wanted to
they-
share that with everybody.
Well, that's how my kids are like, make you think they're a French fry. Yep.
But I just the taste of the French fries back in the 80s.
Yep.
They were totally different. They were the bomb. For all those who are just now tasting the French fries for the first time, you missed out so much.
But you could go to Carl's Jr.'s. I didn't say Carl's Jr.'s. But you could go there, and man, they have good French fries. Oh, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Did you guys see the movie Super Size Me? And he showed the aging of McDonald's food, and the fries never aged.
Oh, my God.
I saw
It
that
was
on
like,
YouTube.
what is it made of?
It's nuclear.
Yeah.
It was like they look perfectly fresh and crisp.
It must be made out of Hillary clones.
You know,
Oh!
I went and I remember my son was sick and I went to McDonald's for him that one day. I took off of work and I was upset because the McDonald's screwed my order, and I posted on Facebook and I got slammed from people saying, "What are you doing buying your son McDonald's? How dare you?"
But only they love it.
And I know. I mean,
I
come
mean,
on.
my
He
I
wanted
have
he
some
wanted a
grandkids.
cheeseburger.
They'll throw a hissy fit. It has to be McDonald's. They won't go for anything else.
I know. No, you're right.
And actually, it's all pretty healthy except for the French fries.
Why?
Watch the show.
But
the
I make
movie.
them, and I don't get the French fries for them. I get the apple fries
There
from
you go.
McDonald's.
Apple fry.
Yeah, they're just apple slices, and they call them apple
Oh.
fries. It's
You
not
gotta
bad.
gotta watch Super Size Me, the documentary.
Mm.
It was all about this guy. I think for a month he ate everything from McDonald's, and
And he was supersized afterwards too.
he was fatty
Yeah.
liver. He was ill. It was bad. It was like, but the fries never deteriorating.
Well, yeah.
was
I mean, you got
good.
to get your vitamins. You got to get your minerals and vitamins and your greens. But if you just eat solid McDonald's protein food like that, then obviously you're not going to eat healthy.
Yeah, so you just eat the McDonald's and then go outside and suck up a little dirt. It'll be
Yeah.
all right, you
Oh,
know.
you need your, you know. So I can understand why he got sick. I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory right there. He just wasn't eating correctly. He wasn't eating right. If you eat one particular, whatever it is, a hamburger, and that's all you eat, then yeah, you're gonna get
See,
sick.
I think they're right. In chat, they say, and I believe this is really the real deal.
What?
Now it's fake lard, like vegetable oil, and back then they used lard.
Real stuff.
Yeah,
The real stuff, huh?
yeah.
Man, that sucks.
And actually, you know what? I think really it's probably better for you, like the butter. Do you remember when they came out with margarine?
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've
It
heard
was
of this 'cause I'm
white.
from Wisconsin.
It was
So
white,
I know what happened with that.
and it looked like Crisco.
Oh.
You know, and then and they said this is a substitute for butter, and then you know what? And like butter's bad, right? Margarine's freaking terrible for you. You'd rather have butter. They've been changing.
It was before my time, but in Wisconsin, because it was so much cheaper
Yeah.
to get, it was illegal to have in Wisconsin, the dairy state. So they would cross the border of Illinois to get it. It was crazy, but you could get
To go
fined
get-
and stuff.
They would go over there to get margarine.
To get margarine because it was illegal in Wisconsin. That's what I heard.
Like they're sitting on the butter capital of the world. Like,
Yeah.
man,
But it was expensive.
yeah, true. I used to like the I was a heathen, right? I grew up a heathen, and we were poor, so I used to look forward to when they brought the government cheese and the government butter and the government peanut butter. Man, that was the best stuff in the whole world.
Really?
Yeah, oh man, it was good stuff. I don't know about today though. I don't know about today, but we would be like no electricity, a camp stove, and and then they would bring in these groceries from the government, and we'd all like, yay!
Wow.
It was all happy in the projects.
My goodness. I didn't know you were in the hood.
Oh, yeah, it was
Wow.
the hood.
Yikes. Man.
But
Rough
that,
stuff.
it was good for me. It was good for
Yeah.
me. It made me appreciate what I have today, and I think a lot of
tough.
people are freaking spoiled.
Oh, yes. they
No,
are.
I'm not.
And they don't they don't appreciate nothing really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you work
Whatever.
hard. You work hard for your stuff.
Whatever. I work.
I mean, I seen them. They were like telling those guys, quit attacking the cops and doing all that stuff, or we're gonna cut you off welfare forever. I bet they were like, oh my God, no. Don't cut me off forever.
Oh, boy.
Cool. All right. You gonna watch the debate tomorrow, Heidi?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Gotta see who gets chewed out the best.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna
Get
be
the
exciting.
popcorn ready.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Yep. So, all right, Heidi. Thank you much.
Yeah,
And,
we'll see you guys.
We'll see
Bye.
you.
Good seeing ya.
We'll see you next week.
You're not moving, are you? I saw your box.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
See ya.
Ooh, do I want to rate that call? No.
Cool. All right, Heidi. Thank you much for that. It's already 8 o'clock, but let me make sure. Let me look at the desktop here real quick just to make sure I didn't leave anything out, because you guys would kill me if I did. Got that.
That was fun. It was good.
Got that.
Just a good
got
show.
Got that.
It's kind of sad that I look. I believe in Jesus and everything, and I believe in God, but I don't believe I know everything. You know what I mean? And I also believe that if Jesus was sitting right here with us, okay, say he was, and we had a guest that didn't agree with Jesus, okay, do you think he would sit there and rip that person? Or would he love him? I think he would love him.
Think about that for next week's show.
Yeah.
All right. I already let the. I said, what's next week? Yeah, I already let the hat out of the bag.
The cat?
The cat. What did I just say? The hat?
Yeah.
God, I'm losing it.
That's because we did too many shows today, folks.
Yeah, we recorded a show this morning with Brian Forrester.
Yes.
We're going to have him on next week. Mr. Brian Forrester, Ruins of South America. This guy is the guy that you want to talk to about ruins. Actually, it was a really good interview we had with him. It's pre-recorded, obviously, because the man is in Peru. That's where he lives. So the guy is busy. So we will have him next week, and we will talk about other stuff as well. And we're going to have a good time just like we do every week. So I hope you guys show up. That is it for us today.
Bye, guys.
Hope you guys had a good day, good time. We did. For Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas and Betsey Lewis, thank you for showing up wherever you are. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time, same channel. Bye.
You have been listening to Paranormal Central with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting worldwide at ParanormalCentral.net and on ArtBell.com. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies. And we hope you witness something you cannot explain.